Hey folks, Sydney Phelps here with Bonnie Plants. Today we're in Vance, Alabama at the Scotts Miracle-Gro company where they develop garden soils and mulch. I'm standing here with Richard. Richard runs the plant here for us. And Richard, tell us a little bit about the plant here for Scotts in Vance and what's so special about it.
Well, Scotts started out here probably a little over 12 years ago. They bought an existing plant and turned it into Scotts Miracle-Gro. And here we take all the pine bark from the local area in central Alabama and we grind it into products, into either a mulch product or a fines product. Those products end up being shipped all over Alabama, West Tennessee, Mississippi, and the panhandle of Florida out of the Vance, Alabama plant.
Okay, so a lot of the Southeast is covered from here.
Covered from
How many plants does Scotts have across the country?
Scotts right now has, I think it's 39 plants now.
Okay.
And
so looking at the process, you're talking about mulch and fines. Let's get into that. So how does the mulch and soil process start? Where do we begin?
We begin with the raw bark that comes out of the local sawmills in the area. They bring that bark into us. We consume about 90,000 tons of bark a year. So we take that bark in and we run it through a series of shaker screens that classify the material. They separate it into bigger particles and smaller particles. Then we take it, the small particles we call bark fines, and those we separate from the large pieces, and then we turn the large pieces into mulch and the small pieces turn into our potting mixes and garden soil.
All right, one of the biggest things when you're dealing with pine is nitrogen. Nitrogen can consume a lot of things. It can suck up fertilizer from plants. So do you have any type of cure time from when the raw goods come in, or even an aging process in this process?
We have an aging process with our bark fines. We age them 90 days. We do a very controlled process where we're aerating it, getting air and oxygen in there so that all the microbial life inside the bark will help break it down into a better product for plants. We also age the mulch side. Once we've colored it red, black, or brown, we age it for 24 hours so that the colorant on the bark gets set inside the bark and dry.
Okay, so talking about the mulch, out of those three colors, which one is probably the most popular seller that Scotts has?
Brown is definitely the biggest seller.
Okay, so that's just the true traditional brown color. The unique thing about your guys' soil though, I mean, mulch though, is that the dye will last for an entire year.
Yes, we, on our bags, we say you have a 12-month guarantee that color will last.
Okay, so once that's processed, it goes through, it gets bagged. You're talking about the fines. I'm assuming this is part of the soil process. So how is the soil created?
So on the potting mixes and the garden soils, after we've aged the bark fines for 90 days, then we take it to a process what we call our mix line. And in our mix line, we add the aged pine bark, sphagnum peat moss, and some other ingredients. And then we add what we call the Miracle. We put the Miracle in Miracle-Gro, mix all that together into a homogeneous product, and then we bag it in our bagging lines and ship it out to all the Home Depots, Lowe's, Walmarts, Ace Hardwares, any place where you see our product in Alabama, Tennessee, and Mississippi.
And we're standing here surrounded by the product right now.
Right.
How many tons of product do you guys go through in a year, or do you refer to it in palletized tons?
We do it in pallets pretty much, or in eaches. Like this year, we did about 8.2 million bags out of Vance. So next year we're planning on doing about 8 million. And so, you know, we're staying pretty steady. We've had a good year.
Folks, all of this is coming out of central Alabama, and just think about that the next time you go to your local retailer to purchase your soil and your Bonnie products. It's all things that are coming out of our ecosystem where we're harvesting timber and we're putting it right back into the ground. If you want to learn more about Scotts, go to ScottsMiracle-Gro.com, and for Bonnie Plants, go to BonniePlants.com or check out the app Homegrown.
If you have a question about vegetable and herb gardening, email Sydney at simplysouthern@alafarm.com.
Well, that's all for today. Thanks for watching Simply Southern. I can't wait till next week when some guy who apparently doesn't know me too well is gonna turn me loose with a machine gun.
Oh my. We'll also go tiptoeing through the tulips at American Village. I'm Mary Johns.
And I'm Jim Allen. We'll see you next week.
Simply Southern is a production of the Alabama Farmers Cooperative and the Alabama Farmers Federation.